We are talking about the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and joining us from Abuja studio is former military spokesman, Defense Headquarters, retired Major General Chris Olukolade. Thank you so much for joining us today. And, there are actually generations who probably do not know the significance of this day and its celebration. Tell us about the significance of the day and why the observance continues even 55 years after the Nigeria Civil War.
Well, thank you for the privilege to be part of this conversation. And it's good to see the nation celebrate the input and the contributions of military personnel, both serving and retired and late. This is a tradition that is inherited from our colonial heritage, in the sense that before now, this celebration was often on the 11/11, that's 11th of November, which was meant to commemorate the end of World War II and the contribution of soldiers from the Commonwealth countries continue to be celebrated in that format, mostly in Commonwealth territories or colonial locations, until it was meant to reflect our own national history, which now got it changed to the 15th of January, when we celebrate the end of our own civil war, and then also appreciate the contributions of the heroes that had the privilege of serving in the military and contributing to national security.
All right, but then what is your evaluation of the treatment of families of the fallen heroes?
Well, listening to the woman that spoke there, that sometimes is indeed an indication of the plight of the, survivors or families of deceased military personnel, those who paid the supreme sacrifice in the course of wars or in the course of national defense activities. Although from all indications, occasionally and on an incremental basis, government has continued to try to respond to this plight. Certainly, there's still much that is required, and like I said, on an incremental basis, there have been continuous efforts to address this plight of people who lose their loved ones, parents, and have to fend for themselves, and looking up to a nation that should appreciate the sacrifices of their loved ones that are passed. But even beyond that, I don't know if you also note the plight of those who are even referred to as the living legends. They also have their stories, which in any case does not negate the fact that government keeps, which much is still expected to achieve the desired level of satisfaction or encouragement that survivors of various wars would like to have.
All right. Now, let's talk about, how we can improve the service. How do we boost the morale of serving officers and men, and even arouse interest in the younger generation?
Well, thank you. I see this kind of celebration as one of such measures, but the desire should be to take it beyond the rituals, the annual ritual of parades and encomiums on service, and almost immediately after that, not much is done. 2 weeks ago, you saw that some veterans were in protest. That in itself is a national embarrassment, that people had to protest asking for their entitlements that were not paid or that had been shortchanged by people who are either bureaucrats or have the authority to implement various positions of government and have been failing. That in itself could be very discouraging, not just to the veterans who are out of service, but those who are serving, because it begins to indicate to them that someday they too will be veterans and may be facing the same plight. So, like I said, it is obvious that a lot of efforts are ongoing in this respect. Will encourage bureaucrats in particular, bureaucrats both within the military and the defense ministries, to step up the process of both packaging policies that will address the plight of service personnel and veterans.
All right.
And not to leave it to chance.
All right, then. Former military spokesman, Defense Headquarters, retired Major General Chris Olukolade, thank you very much for talking to us. And as an organization, TVC Communications celebrates you and everyone who continues to actually pay the price for our safety as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you for this privilege.